What up, you hammer niggas? It's your boy Yanko Zaza here today with another episode of PostGame Narrative. As you can see, we're coming to you lights out. Doing this a little early because these are one of those Sundays we kind of miss football. There's nothing really on right now, so why not podcast right now? The week. This was a really good week, but towards the end we got some really bad news. I know I usually talk about my week and like how I'm going, but this is really big. So the creator of Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama, passed away, and it's a big hit. I've never seen so many people come together because people don't understand how much Dragon Ball Z meant to everyone. It was the start of everyone getting into it. To what we didn't know as anime, we thought it was a cartoon. I remember going to school, everyone talking about Goku versus Vegeta, trying to transform into Super Saiyan and yelling in your mom's house and doing all that other stupid shit. But it was just really nice to see people come together and you knowing that everyone's doing the same thing you were doing. Like people were trying to be Goku, people were trying to be Vegeta, and it sucks because it's like he's one of the first people that just was mainstream. I remember when Goku got his first balloon in the Macy Day Parade. I was like, people don't understand how mainstream Dragon Ball Z was. Like people still do things to this day, and it's been going on. It's been going on since the 80s. Like, yo, we still watch movies. I remember me and my brother were just trying to go see the movie 2 years ago, and for him to pass, it's kind of crazy because he gave us such great characters. Like Goku was not my favorite character. I can always say that. I've always liked Vegeta. I like the struggle. I like the pride. I like the fact that he never gives up, even when it's like clear Goku's better than him. He never stopped. And Vegeta showed us it's okay to be prideful. It's okay to believe in yourself and be a little bit arrogant. That was my boy Vegeta, you know. And Vegeta also showed us one thing: how to take losses and keep on moving. Because the man took a lot. Broken arm, 2 broken arms. Oh God, losing to Frieza and to the point where he was crying. I mean, oh, Toriyama, why you do my boy Vegeta like that? But like I said, Vegeta was a constant motivator to work, to forget, to keep moving, to train. He would always say, even in peaceful times, still keep training. And I was like, oh, that's very true. That's very true. So, and Akira Toriyama, if it wasn't for him, we don't have One Piece, my favorite show. Like, he's influenced so many people, whether it's the Naruto's, the Bleach, all of them all got their ideas from Toriyama. And Toriyama's just such a big name. I saw so many creators giving him love, giving him his flowers. I mean, they were giving his flowers when they were alive, but it was so nice to see them come together. Whether you had the voice of Goku, you had the voice of Luffy, they all knew this person because they all had interacted with him, and he was such a big figurehead in the anime world, and not also in the anime world, in the real world. Think about it: the Mexican cartels had a ceasefire because of his death. I mean, and I thought they were joking about that. It's really true. So this is why sometimes it's bigger than that. And then, you know, with the death, here comes the detractors. People are like, oh, he was racist. He was this. It's like, yo, this is really the time to bring that up. And that's the thing I don't like about those type of people. They'll be like, oh, he's drawing 16-year-old girls with body. I'm like, bro, it's a shonen for young boys. What do young boys like? Girls with boobs and all that type of stuff. If you don't like it, don't read it. But you still have those same people. And I saw so many people come out. And I love the fact that the Dragon Ball Z community came together and said, yo, that's nice, but we still want to give our respects to Akira Toriyama. So I'm going to have a 3-second chug for the GOAT. Man, you know, I hope his family's getting the condolences that they need. But moving on. Listen, you know, here on PostGame Narratives, we never really tell you our political opinion, but listen, it's getting to the point where it's kind of annoying. Not just annoying, but the way these politicians think, it's so easy to gain people's trust. Whereas the Republicans saying we're going to vote for Donald Trump because we like sneakers, or we have the Democrats who are like, oh, they're going to vote for us because we take care of the black people. I'm like, have any of you politicians actually sat down with a real black person and really found out what they, not the black people who are in your party, because the black people in your party are going to have allegiance and you're putting money in their pocket. So they're not going to tell you everything they want. And the thing is about them, they're no better either, because they have people in their ear and they're not listening to them because they're like, oh, I want to say that, but I might get in trouble. Right then and there, I don't want to listen to you. You have Biden, he's going to a chicken house in Chicago. And I'm like, bro, you don't think this is pandering to the max? And then you have the older generation who's part of the problem because they just look at it as the Democrats care for us. Look what Bill Clinton did for us. I'm like, guys, but Bill Clinton he arrested more black people than you guys think he did. Obama started wars. Like, guys, you aren't seeing. But I always say the thing about the older generation, they're too loyal to a fault. And their problem is they don't want to question the system. That's why they don't like Trump. Because Trump came in, he pulled the curtains back. And that's why they all these politicians want him out of power, because they want the curtains pulled back. But you can't, once the curtains are pulled, there's no going back. Now you have people questioning government. What do you guys do all day? Are you guys go to these dinners together? So what the fuck are y'all talking about? Since y'all have all these debates, but y'all still, at the end of the day, y'all going back and y'all eating together and y'all going to the same fundraiser and all that type of stuff. So Trump really said, hey, they doing all this, but I'm doing it too. So now you have to be honest. Now you're going to get pushback, because back in the day, there was not this much pushback on politicians. And that's why there's such we got to get rid of Trump. And now Supreme Court said he's still going to be in the ballot. So now what does Biden have? And I don't like this whole thing with Biden. He's like, the black people are going to come vote for me. And it's like, dude, you're losing. He looks rough all the time. Like, my God, my biggest thing is, can we get some fresh new blood in there? But I get it. I've always said these parties are like the golf clubs. If you're not one of them, if you don't look like them, you're not gonna get power. You're not gonna. And the moment, even if you're in it, the moment you question that system, you're out. Look what happened to AOC. She said one thing, kept it quiet. She's never regained steam after that. Andrew Yang said some things, they buried him too. And this is the thing with all of these country clubs, the Democrats and Republicans. If you don't think their way, you're never going to get in. It's why someone like me and my two producers, we can never get on there, because we question stuff and they'd be like, all right, get the fuck out. It was good for a good 20 minutes, but get the fuck out. Because we would start saying things like, yo, do you really know what goes on there? And you know what they'll say? I was born poor. Okay, first of all, you don't even remember when you were poor, because that was over 60 years ago. And even when you were poor, that was a different time. The good old times, apparently. That's what everyone wants to get. I'm like, the good old times, those times are gone. Let's move on. And they're so bad. Come on, PJ, and I invite all of Congress. First of all, they don't even know how to work any of this type of stuff. So, like, inviting them on here, they'd be like, are you recording it? You sending it to China? Bro, why would I do that? We'll get to that later. China. But I'm just trying to say, they're not even worried about other voters. They're not worried about the Hispanic voters, because they think the Hispanic people already like Trump. Because every time he goes to Florida, they love him down there. That's why I was surprised Trump won Florida. He won it twice, right? Yeah, he won it twice. So they already know the Hispanics, they're a lost cause. So it's like, oh, let's go after the black people, because now they're starting to get reports that black people aren't going to come out to vote. Because honestly, what are you doing for the black community besides these little minority pandering visits? What are you doing? Do you really know what we want? Do you really know what we care about? No, it's just to gain He became voters.
Remember when Ice Cube wanted to have a sit down? Nobody wanted to sit down with
him. and it's like, yo, y'all are so.
They take black people for jobs.
That's the problem. They really do take black people. They take the black vote as it's already guaranteed. So when you don't have to work for something, you're not gonna put in any effort. That's why they do this type of nonsense. But now that there's so much pushback, they don't know what to do. They're like, oh, well, I have a black friend here. I'm going to bring Ludacris in. I'm going to bring it in this person. It's like, okay, you brought in another rich person that probably doesn't understand our struggle. What are you doing for us? And that's why I don't like when they go to these places, because they've already paid them off. So now they're happy to see them. I wouldn't be happy to see it. Biden could walk in my job right now. I'd be like, here we go. He's going to make some stupid ass speech. But listen, I'm not trying to say where you should go, but I'm saying this election season, you really have to really listen. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to the nuances and listen how they're talking about you, because they always have innuendos. They always have different meanings when they're trying to say something. But that's that. Let's move on to something that we all want to talk about. Mania season. WrestleMania is coming up. April 1st and 2nd are going to be some big days, and we will be here covering all of that. I don't think I've been this invested in a WrestleMania in years. In years. You don't know where the story's going to go. You have The Rock. You have Roman. You have Seth. You have Cody. Is Cody going to finish the story? Is The Rock going to turn on Roman? Is The Rock going to help Roman? Is Seth going to turn on Cody? You have all these stories. Seth, you're not focused. You have a match against Drew McIntyre, who has been literally the star of WWE. Outside of those four, there's been one person who's been carrying Monday Night Raw, and we have to give it to the savior of WrestleMania, Drew McIntyre. Whether it's his Twitter, whether it's his promos, the man has found something that I don't think we give enough credit for. And once again, I will drink for that. Because like I said, 2 years ago, he was coming out with the sword, and he was coming out with the kill, and he was doing the Scottish. I was just like, okay, all right, we got to get past this. Sometimes it takes for you to fall down to rise up, and everyone's saying it. This is the best work of his career. Best work of his career. Seth, I like Seth, but if Seth loses the belt, I'm okay with it. I'm tired of the whole. Listen, when he said diarrhea, Dwayne, I wanted him to lose the belt right then and there. I get it. You're trying to be funny, but it wasn't funny. It was a corny line. And who was there backstage that allowed him to say that? That person should be fired. Because there's no way in the world you telling me you're going to go out there and say diarrhea, Dwayne. And the worst part was the fans chanted it. And that's what I always say. The rest of the fans are shills. And they're fucking puppets, because there's no way in the world that should have been fucking chanted. But they went on SmackDown. They had a really good promo. Cody smacked The Rock. You see the fire getting back there. Cody, you can see Rock was a little impressed that he really put his best foot forward. Cody called him out. Seth even got in The Rock's face. Roman called Seth Rollins a crossroads, and now we're trying to cancel Roman because apparently yo guys. You guys would never have survived back in the day, because they talk to each other like this all the fucking time. That's what wrestling's been. It's always been disrespectful. If you don't like it, go watch something fucking else. Then you still have the women's thing. You got Rhea versus Becky. And now you got Nia Jackson there. Nia's not done with Rhea. She's not done with Becky. Nia beat Becky. So it's like, yo, there's so many intertwining circles in there. Then you also got the Intercontinental Champion. Who got them on face? Now they having a 6-man a match to determine, is it going to be Sammy? Is it going to be Chad? Is it going to be whoever? But that's how you build to one of the best manias that you're about to have. Listen, WWE's nailing out the park. 40. You got to do something big for 40. Listen, I know they're trying to get Sylvester Stallone, but you got to do that. For Philly, he got to come out there and listen. If you want to have Cody walk with him up the steps, yeah, you got to do that. You got to do that. You gotta get every
for Cody.
Wow. Oh yeah. That's the story right there. Finish your story. It's the Rocky thing. You gotta do that. I'm just surprised. Well, if this was 2 weeks ago, I'd say you get Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmare. But I digress. The Meek Mill thing has taken him out of the only person I feel bad for is Bailey. She is a Royal Rumble winner, and she's being thrown underneath the bus because there's so many other stories moving that she's kind of getting forgotten. But she's still doing her thing, and I feel like that's what this is. Sometimes it's not your time. You still have to keep doing what you're doing. You still have to make it great, because when people's eyes move away from The Rock and all that, they'll look at you and be like, "Oh, yo, you still did great." Let's put our eyes on her. She wasn't on the WrestleMania 40 poster. Fans complained so much that they had to redo it and they put her on the poster. That's what you had. That's this new WWE, and that's why.
What about Jade? What's Jade doing?
Jade
in the wing still.
She's in the wings. I truly believe for Jade, they don't want to put her out there and then have her fail. You can't do that. You need to have her ready and make sure she's ready. And I believe she'll have a WrestleMania moment. I truly believe she'll have a WrestleMania with Bianca or Naomi, like, to help out Bailey or something like that. I think she'll have one of those moments. You need, sometimes less is more. Because if you do too much, you overexpose her, and then you see her faults, and then you'll go be like, "Oh, see, this is what." No. Less is more. Like, I still think Stone Cold's gonna be at WrestleMania because he did that whole thing. I'm like, okay, maybe we might see off. I don't know what he's gonna do. I'm not saying he's gonna interact with The Rock or any of that, but I believe, because it's 40, you need the stars there. You can't. This has to be all chips on it. Every superstar, you need something, because Undertaker's gonna be there because it's a free check for that motherfucker. That motherfucker went to Perth Amboy. I was like, why'd you even go? You didn't do anything. But once again, it's the money. I get it. But I'm like, I see him walking. I'm like, why'd you even go? What did you do? But once again, that's why what makes this Mania season so great. It's unpredictable. I don't know. Brock Lesnar has now been added to the roster. You got that. So they're making moves, and I feel Jay. You got Jay and Jimmy. They're on a collision course because Jimmy has now cost Jay 2 matches: his Intercontinental Championship and the match against Drew McIntyre. So I want to see how they start that, because they have to start that soon. Mania is coming up. You can't keep doing like, oh, Jay's just ignoring him because that's his family. Nah, you have to. This is your brother, and I get it. But listen, we don't need Rikishi in it. We don't need Rikishi. I get it. It adds to the. But no, we don't need Rikishi in this. So WrestleMania, we're doing something great right now. But we're gonna keep moving on. I know everyone saw the Friday night game, the Lakers versus the Bucks. The Lakers won, but the story was not the game. The story was LeBron and Jeanie Buss and Linda Rambis. I'm not gonna say what they did was bad, but it was a little too much. This is a married man. You've seen his wife. His wife comes to the games when he's playing. And it's like, y'all don't understand. Y'all are kind of disrespecting her in a way that, to me, isn't cool. Especially when you know the woman. Especially when you've seen the family. You've seen that the sons come to the games, and it's like, there might have been alcohol involved, and I think that's probably what allowed them to do all this stuff. But Jeanie, you're an owner. You can't be like all hugged up on LeBron. And the thing I love about LeBron kept his personal space. He kept his hands in his circle. And you got to understand, as a man, that's a terrifying thing, because what if he touches her and she's like, "Oh, LeBron touched me inappropriate." It's over for LeBron. That's money. That's money down. And now that's not just money. That's his family life fucked up. Because now, the NBA culture, a lot of dudes have lost their wives and spouses because of stuff like this. Now you have people like Shaq. They're talking about they're lonely. Oh, I fucked up. I'm lonely. There's a person playing right now, Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard, who divorced his own wife. Motherfucker says he's lonely in Milwaukee. You gotta be careful. And I love the fact that LeBron was aware and all that. But the visuals are bad. And this is the thing people aren't realizing. Like, I'm not blaming LeBron. I'm blaming these two ladies. Linda Ray, you have a whole husband, Kurt. What if Kurt sees that and is like, "Yo, the fuck are you doing?" Because everyone's saying, so what's Savannah saying? What's Kurt Rambis say? What are you doing? You lean on him like he was making that much funny jokes that you got lean on this motherfucker, like because. And you got to understand, for Kurt Rambis, he's like, it's LeBron. I get it, but you did a little too much, and the holding on him. I'm like, yo, y'all don't. And this is why I always say you always got to be careful with women because they can do that to you one day, and then they can still bring you the next. So LeBron was very smart, but these two women, like Jeanie,
that's the workplace.
Yo, you're at his job. You're literally flirting with him on his job. That's the thing. Thank you, remember. Like you're flirting with him on his job, like this, and he's still at work.
Imagine you. Anybody.
Imagine you as a man. Yo, they all on you. I'm going to HR. Hey, yo, you saw it because if they're lucky cameras there, because if they weren't cameras there, they can spin that. Oh, LeBron put his arm on me. No. The camera's there. America saw. Now. You don't even understand. She's not even taking the stand. She don't understand how probably Savannah felt when he got home. And you see this is why what happens when they say you're drinking alcohol, your true feelings come out. Because you probably want to do that to LeBron all the time. Yo.
It was wild.
They don't.
The line is here.
The line is here, and they were definitely putting at least a foot over that. And I think they should be ashamed. And I'm not trying to say like, yo, punishment or type of stuff, but know your surroundings. Time and place, man. Time and fucking place. Why don't people ever understand that shit? Like, yo, you got fucking cameras on you, leaning on this nigga? Like,
let's flip that.
What if he was a man?
Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson.
Aja
Wilson. And two owners.
Yeah, they all over her like that. Those owners be gone. Yo, cancel that man. You see? And that's what I'm trying to say. He has to be careful. Because roles reverse, that's two dudes. Oh no, they gotta go. Now you don't lost your job, but the women did the same thing, and that's why like as a man, you gotta be careful. As a man, you always have to chill out. And as a black man with white women, in this country, there's a bad history about that. I don't care if you LeBron James, bro. They'll get you out of here in a fucking minute, bro. Yo, slow down. I know you're trying to get your contract. I get it. Get your bag.
Probably a statue.
In a statue. I know them motherfuckers like, hey, I want to change shit in the bubble. Where my statue at? You see, you got Kobe. Kobe getting 3 statues? All right, come on. I at least need one. And I get it. But you also get in trouble, nigga. You got to he didn't do anything wrong. But, yo, slow it the fuck down. Jeanie, you better than that. You got to be better than that. That shit was not cool to anyone. And as black men, us watching that, we saw what could happen. We saw the bad stuff. We were like, oh, that nigga, be careful, bro.
I will say also, he was respecting them.
Mm-hmm.
International Women's Day.
Yep. International. Yep.
So that's what made them so personable.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the workplace.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, you gotta know your surroundings. You gotta know where you're at. You have to also understand respect and boundaries. That man's married. You got to chill. And even if you and Savannah have that type of relationship, why would you feel comfortable doing that? Like that's the thing that scares me about.
Would you do that if she was there?
Yeah. And that's my thing. I think because she wasn't there, you was happy to do it. Because if Savannah there, you're not doing that. Because Savannah is not the type to show herself on camera. Because I don't think I've really seen her on camera that much, even when she's at the games.
She get that look though.
But she'll give a look, or she might. One thing a lot of black women, they'll give you. They'll oh, yo, can you come?
Beyonce did it to Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm. Hit your leg, yo. And so because she wasn't there, y'all felt comfortable. That's why I think at the end of the day, Savannah wasn't there. Oh, let's take our chance. Let's take our chance to feel up on them. Well, because when Savannah there, and that's the thing about women, they know each other. So she's probably seen that shit for a minute. So anytime she come over, I know Savannah did. She probably stepped between them. Like, hey, how you doing? Nah. Keep that shit to a handshake. A handshake, a little hug, that's it. I took your opportunity because you wasn't there. Oh, yo, women really do trifle. And like the thing about women, they know each other, so they know what they be doing. But let's move on. Oh my God.
We gonna get the pepper soup song.
Yeah, pepper soup. Pepper soup's coming with the pepper takes. Best segment of the day. Whoo! We starting off with a good one. Jake Paul, oh God, and Mike Tyson signed up for a fight. Listen, I get it. It's money, but Mike Tyson, do you really need money that bad? I've never. I like the Paul brothers. They're really athletic because Logan Paul's doing his thing in WWE, U.S. champion, and Jake Paul is actually a good fighter. But that's a different level, bro. Like, you've been fighting semi-professional boxers. You've been knocking them out, and I get it. You feeling good. You like, and you know, you probably hit up Tyson like, yo, let's do something for business. Listen, there ain't enough money in the world. They're gonna make me walk in the ring with Mike fucking Tyson. I've seen his training videos. I don't even want to be the person that has to train with him because there's a ferocity there that I don't think people understand. I wouldn't want to be hit by Mike Tyson to this day. And even if he was joking with me, yeah, you got it, bro. You got it. And I get for Jake Paul, it's another bag. It's promotion. Yo, can he do this? Can he really win? But bro, you were fine on the path that you were. Keep doing the little fake fights against the fights against these other people, these semi-program. But you ain't got to step in the ring with Mike Tyson. There's no point in this. I don't see, besides the bag, I don't really see a gain in Jake Paul doing this. Because even if you somewhat, like, say, even if you do a draw, people won't be like, Mike Tyson wasn't fighting you serious. You really want that on your name? And then you lose. You lost a retired 58-year-old Mike Tyson. What does that do for you? And say somehow you do win. People are still going to say, it's a 50-year-old Mike Tyson. What are you doing? If you really are that serious, go fight. Go fight someone legitimate. That's what you do. Because next, I think the next move for him, he's gonna try and fight Mayweather. That's what you're gonna do. That, like, because all of this is just showing me you're about the money, and I get it. So it's like, okay, I fight Mike Tyson. Now I'm gonna go for the bag. I'm gonna go fight Mayweather. It just doesn't make fucking sense. So I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, it'll be a good fight. I watch it no matter what. I didn't watch his last couple of fights because I think that's a problem. I think he was seeing his fights weren't getting as much views. He's like, how do I get views? I go for the biggest name. Let me go for Mike Tyson. Let me go for. Once again, I get it. We all about the bag, but sometimes not all money is good money. That's one thing I've learned in life. Not all money is good money. So we're moving on. We're next pepper take. Oh, God, and we have to go back to these old ass politicians there because they're trying to ban TikTok. Of all the problems that we have in this country, TikTok is not on the top 10 list on the art. Who here has ever thought about banning TikTok? Who here is like, yo, TikTok's a bad thing?
Nah, I missed the Bucks.
I'll talk about that after this. So you're telling me because it's on my channel, and this is what I'm always trying to say. It's always this division. Oh, because it's on my channel, let's get rid of it. Guys, you guys are so China obsessed that it's like, yo, as soon as we gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm like, yo, you do realize a lot of Americans make money off of that. So now you taking money out of people's pockets, like you always do anyway. So now you might be taking someone's mainstream money away because you want the 165 days before they have to sell it, right? So now you're talking about a motherfucker can't use it for 165 days, and that's their bread and butter. Why? You have other stuff to worry about. Inflation is through the fucking roof, but we're worried about TikTok. And this is what I always say when I always talk about politicians. Where are their focus lie at? It's never on the major issues, not the fact that, yo, people don't have money right now. But let's focus on something that doesn't really have anything to do with us, but it's their concern. That's the thing. It's their concern. It's not our concern. Because a lot of people's concern is, yo, I'm living check to check. I got to do this. I ain't got money. I was like, yo, my pocket's tight. Yo, is there any? No. You know what we're gonna tell you? We're gonna ban TikTok. What the fuck that got to do with anything? Food's expensive. How about lower price on that? No. Ban TikTok. And then people wonder why we don't like politicians. It's this shit like this. You have so many other fucking issues. And this is why I'm always saying you need to put an age limit on the people up there, because those people up in there are 60s and plus. They're not worried about the same stuff that we're doing. They're worried about other things. They're worried about, oh, China's gonna come over and take over the country through fucking TikTok. Yes, okay, like, yeah, grandma, you gotta go. You gotta start putting age limits, because then you're gonna still keep having fucking situations like this. I remember when they tried to ban Facebook. Yo, the amount of questions they were asking were ridiculous. They're like, yo, can you sell my voice? I'm like, what? Guys, come on. Like, stop. Like, yo, go focus. You know what? Go do something else. Old people, go do some bingo halls. Go do something else. Why? But this pepper take is this one is the one where you definitely need the pepper soup, because this one is ridiculous, and it just shows to me how incompetent our leaders are sometimes when it comes to doing their fucking job. So that's pepper takes. But we got to wrap up. I know you guys, we're talking about the Lakers Bucks game. Listen, I don't know about you, but if I'm a Bucks fan, I'm kind of disappointed. Yeah, you came off the All-Star break and you were winning all those games, but then you went on a road trip. You lost to the Warriors. Then you lost to the Lakers without LeBron. And you let D'Lo put 44 points on you, and they're like, "Oh, they're defense. They're fifth in the league." But I'm like, you didn't face anyone, and it just goes to show me. And this is why I'm not a fan of the Doc Rivers of the world, because he always gets the benefit, but you lost. You have Giannis, and you're losing to Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis didn't have an Anthony Davis type game. D'Lo killed you guys. You telling me, yo, we can't get the ball out of D'Lo's hands, and you let him hit the game winner, and then Spencer Dinwiddie blocks for the game win. Come on, man, Doc. I feel bad for Dame. Dame lost his wife, and he about to lose in the second round. Nigga, you can't get any better, worse for you. And you out in Milwaukee.
That's why he wanted to go to Miami.
Oh, my God. But see?
At least I can hit the club.
At least I can go somewhere. I can go to the South Beach or something. I can do something. You can't do any of that shit out of Milwaukee. It's just cold as shit. Cold and racist. You can't fucking win. You can't fucking win. And then this is why I always tell players, teams are gonna do what's best for them, because Portland traded you where you didn't want to go to Milwaukee. They sent your ass where the fuck they want. And now he's struggling. And Portland's like, hey, we don't give a fuck. You want a championship team, right? Go ahead, go be great. And this is why I always say, do what's best for you as a player. Because at the end of the day, these teams always do what's best for them. Oh, we consulting with Doc Rivers. Hey, Adrian Griffin. Adrian Griffin, get the fuck out. We going Doc Rivers on. Bro, what? Cutthroat, no blood. My mom always says that. That's her favorite thing. Cutthroat, no blood. And these owners, these companies, they are very cutthroat, no blood. Because if Dame don't win the championship with them, all right, let's start looking to ship. And then once again, you don't lost your wife, you don't see your kids, and you about to be traded from Milwaukee. I don't get it. I feel bad for him. But this, once again, y'all keep hiring this Doc Rivers guy because of the name value. But I'm like, bro, what has he done? What is Doc Rivers' career? Like, what is it? Like, yo, he had Embiid, still lost the second round. This motherfucker hasn't made the conference finals since when? We talking about what, 2010? With the Boston Celtics? I don't know, man. I just don't like this Bucks team. I don't like the way they assemble. They losing some games that I'm like, yo, you can't You can't lose these games like this. And then Doc Rivers is gonna have his hands on his hips, and you're gonna talk with his smoker voice, and y'all gonna be impressed. But listen, whatever, that man must have the best interview of all fucking time, because there ain't no fucking way in the world this motherfucker gets as many jobs as he. This motherfucker must sell you, and you know what it is? He talks great basketball, and he's talking to people who don't really know basketball, so he can flip it. Oh, I know we're gonna run this play, but that's why to the players, his former players, they don't fuck with him, because they're like, yo, he don't really know what the fuck he's talking about, but he knows how to say it to owners. So, but on that note, we closing out. Thank you guys for joining us. Look forward to seeing y'all again.